board members appreciated getting rid of the diseased ones. I don't see how the fort can maintain and water that area, but maybe in the future sprinklers can be placed in areas so the grounds would get some watering. Remove the remnants of the par 3 course and the disc course. Level out the entire grounds. Maybe put up a couple of stations with doggy bags for those people that forgot to bring one. That's it for now, and thank you, Kathy Warren. It's the end of correspondence.
Okay, treasurer's report.
Good morning.
Okay, this report is for January. Our motel revenue is down from last year, but obviously we don't have the same DPS and others here, you know, which is the reason why. Our revenue, so this month was $28,621. The RV revenue for this month was $24,271. Our total income for the month of January is $229,020. Our total expenses was $211,610 for a net income of $17,410. Year to date, our income is $853,268. Our total expenses is $833,595 for a net income of $19,673. Set aside for preservation is $32,927. The total in our bank accounts is $522,489,000. And from that restricted fund in the last month has been to finish the washer dryer install for the motel and work on the motel rooms. And that's all I have. Okay, the general manager's report.
Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and address some of the issues that are already come up. For those interested, I did find a budget for our golf course and for the par 3 maintenance. It goes back to in 2001. The golf course in 2001 was budgeted for operations $157,961. In 2023 equivalent numbers, that's $266,954. Last year, our actual expenses was $154,390. The budget for the par 3 maintenance, 2001, $44,763. Today's equivalent would be $75,650. That's why the par 3 was decommissioned. Commissary street dance, which seems to be our newest time allotment for what I have to do. When originally asked, I stated it would not be done because, number one, it is across the horse farm. Anybody knows horses, loud noise would not be good for horses, especially young ones. The road is a dead end and there was no emergency access to residents. We obtained our beer and wine license for the butcher block. I was then told that the stable owners and residents in Unit 1 had been spoken to and they had no problem with having a band and street dance on McLaren Road. After checking with multiple stable owners and Unit 1 residents, they say they had not been spoken to regarding a street dance. I then spoke with Henry Garcia and presented him with the situation and he felt like it should not be held there. He provided a letter stating his position, which has just been read. I then contacted our insurance agent regarding his position, and although he did provide us a special event policy, he provided the following. While special event liability policy is available, which should be purchased by Fort Park Days Committee anyway, that does not protect from the failure of insured to meet any safety codes, fire codes, or ordinances with respect to ingress or egress accessibility, lighting, directions, signs, or displays related to premises emergency exits. I feel like this is adequate risk assessment as stated by a board member that placed this as well as the fact that many facts were misrepresented. I recommend that the dance is not held in front of the commissary. My job is to give the board information in order to make decisions for the best interests of Fort Park Springs Association, not individuals, committees, or special interests. This is made harder by committees or individuals that feel like they are special or as was stated many times in the last 2 years, well, it's never been enforced before. Or one of my favorite, we've never been sued for this before. When I came here, FCSA has multiple claims or litigations in recent history. Because of our multiple claims, we are unable to get insurance and we're in a high-risk pool. We are now getting to the point that because of low loss runs, actually no losses in the last 2.5 years, in recent history, we can actually send out a proper RFP, which is a request for proposal, and possibly get more affordable insurance. We have taken many steps to alleviate risk, gates on the trail, dangerous steps being reconstructed in the motel buildings, and steps to the pool being removed, as well as implementing procedures in the hunt, security, and maintenance. The question is historic. What is historic? Where is our 5-year, 10-year, or any plan of operation for improvement to our properties or grounds? How is it going to be paid for? History of the FCSA is it actually sold to historic buildings to private individuals. One in 1997, which is a pro shop, and one in 2003, which used to be the FCSA General Manager's office. These are our historic properties. Palisado Museum building and the museum, both being cared for by the Historic Committee. Then you have Seminole Hall. You have the hospital or adult center. Don't know if it's considered to be historic, but it has been known to have this asbestos in it since 1999, but no action was taken. Post Theater, known as has asbestos since 1999, with no action taken. Rotten boards and flooring, dangerous wiring, no drainage, mechanical infrastructure, and disrepair. Motor pool, known to have asbestos since 1999, no action taken. Stables, non-historical stalls, some repair work has been done at the expense of FCSA. Airport, outbuildings falling down, no doors, grounds of disrepair. Old motor pool, outbuildings falling down, used as junkyard. Statue of the admin building, non-historic gun being used for a soldier, made him a period piece. Empty saddle, landscaping and shrubbery damaged by volunteers. Amphitheater in complete disrepair except for bathrooms, which were completely mechanically remodeled in 2022 by FCSA. Ammo bunkers, that is one of our more major liabilities. Dickman Hall, FCSA reopened the bar, but only 3 out of 7 HVAC units work. No historical plan exists. Admin building, bottom floor operational, upstairs used as storage and complete disrepair. No plan exists. Bullis Hall now has been remodeled for guest rooms. Reserve study being done by management. Patton Hall now has been remodeled for guest rooms. Reserve study being done by management. Surface Club Preservation Committee has preserved the outside. Done a great job there. FCSA has replaced HVAC systems and ductwork. McLaren Bridge, FCSA maintenance staff has replaced and repaired the walkway boards. Pool and Springs, repair work done by the Las Morris Restoration Committee. The spring and spillway repair work was done by FCSA maintenance and FCSA funds. A complete punch list for all that area has been given to the board on what needs to be done. The question is task force versus committee. Whereas committees are typically defined as organizational bylaws, charters, or other formal document, task forces are created as an as-needed basis. I agree with the historical people. We need to come up with a plan, but it hasn't been done for 20-something years. So where are we going to start? As an example of our task force, our accounting task force, which consisted of Jim Race, Alvin Reagan, Lisa Bell, and Chris Race, which was later added because the volume of data was needed to be inputted, and the deadlines were set for the task force. This task force has identified deficiencies in our accounting procedures, transferred all member accounts from the Infamous Black system to QuickBooks, helped our accounting department reconcile accounts. Because of their efforts, we're now able to work with accounting firms in completely straightening out our books in an affordable way and get a proper audit. Our audit will be late this year because our auditor retired and the person that replaced him quit. So we're having to find a new firm to help us there. I do have bids on that. Landfill. 2 quotes have been obtained and will be presented. Quotes needed for obtaining closing the existing sale. Like I said, in accounting, because our previous accounting retired and replacement quit, we're having to locate a new accounting firm to do our audit. Our firm in Uvalde cannot get it done until June.